Hello guys and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be checking out the Akko 5075S keyboard that was sent over to me by Akko themselves. Now this keyboard comes in two different switch variants and two different color variants as well. It can either come in black or white, and you can choose wine white switches or wine red switches depending on whether or not you want tactiles, which are the wine whites, or if you want a linear switch, which are the wine reds. Now I went for the wine whites because I've already used the wine reds in the past in a previous video that I made, so I wanted to try something different, and these you can't really buy separately, so I decided to try them out. This keyboard goes for $90 and it is marketed towards people who are very new to the hobby and just want to put their foot in the door and see what the hype is all about. Now with that being said, inside the box you get the keyboard itself covered in a dust cover. It comes with a polycarbonate plate, an extra knob, a USB-C to USB-A wire, a switch and keycap holder, and it comes with extra silicone dampeners for your plate because this is a gasket mounted keyboard, and finally some extra keycaps. So overall you basically get the full package all in one for $90. Now this keyboard already has plate foam, PE foam, and silicone dampening at the bottom. So when it comes to the foam department, you basically don't have to do anything to this keyboard. Now this does come with Akko's newest stabilizers that are apparently supposed to be really good right out of the box. So let's put that to the test. Here's a quick sound test of this keyboard stock. Overall, I think it sounds pretty good. The stabilizers have little to no rattle to them. I think the only one that does is the spacebar. It does have a little bit of ticking, but Akko's newest stabilizer is definitely coming in handy when it comes to this. So this is very good to see because a lot of newcomers or beginners won't really know how to mod the stabilizers and could mess them up. Now when it comes to how the switches sound and feel, I think they feel really good. I really like the tactile bump on the wine whites, but I don't like the ticking that all of them have stock. So I decided to go ahead and lube them. Now for beginners, I don't really think they're going to be doing this, so I wish the wine whites did have less ticking. Now to take this keyboard apart is actually pretty simple. You just have to pry a card into the keyboard bottom, just go across all the sides of the keyboard, and that'll release it from its little holding points that it has on the plastic chassis, and then the top will come off, and then you can deattach the PCB from the daughter board, and then you have the PCB plate and plate foam and switches all out of the keyboard. Now that that's done, all you have to do is take off the keycaps and switches and go ahead and lube them if you did want to. But if you did want to swap out the plate, which is what I'm going to be doing because it does include a polycarbonate plate, which is very cool, I just unscrewed the 6 screws on the back of the PCB that connects the PCB, plate foam, and plate all together. And once you have removed the PCB from the plate, you can swap off the silicone gaskets back to the new plate that you're going to be using. In my case, it'll be the polycarbonate plate. And then you want to screw the plate into the PCB, making sure that your PE foam is correctly aligned. Now that that's done, you can put in your switches back. Now the polycarbonate plate will add a different sound signature to this keyboard, and in my personal preference, it does sound a little bit better as well. So like I said, I ended up lubing these switches, but you don't have to. Now that that's done, I ended up tape mounting it with one layer because I noticed that 2 layers would not fit in the case. So once I tape mounted it, I put it back in the case, I snapped everything back together, and then I put on the keycaps. The overall sound was actually a lot better, and it removed a lot of the ticking from this keyboard. Have a listen. So yeah, as you can tell, it definitely helped a lot when it comes to the ticking of the white switches. A little bit disappointed that you have to do this in order to get rid of the ticking in the first place. I wish they were better stock, but the tactile bump does feel really good on this switch, so at least there's that. The last thing I wanted to mention is if you were going to get this keyboard, these keycaps are great quality. These are probably the best keycaps you could get for that shine through that still keeps very solid quality. Usually shine through keycaps are really poor quality and feel gross and just sound bad too. These are Akko's ASA profile and high quality PBT keycaps, so you won't have to run into the issue of having poor quality keycaps on this board. Overall, I think this keyboard is great for beginners, especially if you want that RGB goodness. This keyboard definitely has you covered. If you did want to see all the modes that it has, stick around to the end of this video and I'll be showing off all the RGB modes that you may be interested in. This is definitely beginner friendly. I think if you were going to be going this route, I would probably try doing the wine red switches. Maybe those are a bit better stock than these. Maybe they'll have less ticking. And I think everything else is just pretty good. The sound signature of the case isn't the greatest. It doesn't sound like the best. And it does feel a little bit cheap too, like the plastic they use. But overall, you're getting a very solid keyboard for the price that you're going for, especially because it's gasket mounted and you get everything you will need inside the box or already pre-installed. Now, let me know what you guys think about this keyboard in the comments down below, and I'll be leaving a link to it in the description below if you did want to check it out. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.